Hi guys, it's Daniela again and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hello. So for today's video, I thought I would talk to you about products that are high-end that are definitely worth the price tag. All the products I'm going to be talking about today are products that I would recommend to friends and family, so obviously that's why I recommend them to you guys. These are all products that I definitely would repurchase and I have done so already. Obviously there are more products from higher end brands that I really enjoy and that I like, but I just wanted to keep it to like my core products, and they're just products that I actually really love and I'm so happy I spent my money on them, and they're not a disappointment at all. So yeah, these are all high-end products that I highly recommend and definitely think they are worth their price tag. Before we get started, yes, I have dyed my hair dark. I love it. This is where I should be. Like, I love dark hair on me. Yes, blonde is fun for a little bit, but it's too much maintenance and I'm just not that kind of girl. I hate doing stuff to my hair. I hate like having to do my hair, so just having dark hair just suits me more and I like it. So yes, dark hair for the win. So the first product that I want to mention is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, this here. So this is a product I've had in my collection for a long time. I'm currently using this one up, but I do have a backup. I've used up one already. I have tried a lot of powders, but there's not one powder that I've tried that I get the same result as I have with the Laura Mercier one, and that I love as much as the Laura Mercier one. It is an absolutely stunning powder. Honestly, it smooths over your skin. It makes your skin look airbrush. I think that's because the formula is very fine and lightweight. This powder is one that really does make my makeup last, and it really does help my oils stay at bay. And when they do come through, this powder doesn't allow the oils to separate my base. So even when I do have to blot it or I have to add a little bit more powder to minimize the shine, it doesn't look heavy and it never looks cakey. I definitely think it's worth the price tag. I definitely think it's worth the hype that it has. I love it. I honestly think it's one that I'm going to have in my collection for as long as it's made. Another thing that I do want to mention about this powder, because it's so fine and lightweight, you can really pack it on and it never looks dry, never looks crusty, never looks like cakey or heavy. I find that with this powder I can bake with it. I don't tend to bake a lot, but if I want to I can with this powder, or I can just do a light setting of my base and it works really well either way. So yeah, it's a powder that I highly recommend. I just think it's such a good powder. Like, to anyone that wants a powder, a translucent powder, they do have other shades as well. I honestly recommend this. Like, I love this powder so much. I think it's so worth the price tag. My second product is for the eyes. So this is by Hourglass. So this is the Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow. I have the colour Foil here. I do have other shades. I think this eyeshadow is absolutely stunning. I think everyone should at least try it. I think it's so beautiful. This can really make any eye look. Like, I've worn this eyeshadow with days like this where I'm wearing quite dramatic eyes. I've also worn it on days where I've just got bronzer in my crease, like a light layer of it, and it is stunning. Honestly, stunning. I understand why people talk so highly about this. I know Samantha does, Jamie Page does. I understand why they talk so highly about it, because it is a product that you can really pack on to make an eye look, or you can really sheer out and it just gives you this beautiful wash of color with a lot of like dimension in it. I actually use my finger and a brush with this. On more like simple days, I use like a finger because I just want a sheer amount and I don't want to pack it on. When I'm wearing more dramatic makeup, I will start with my finger and then pack it on with a brush. So it's very easy to work with. Literally, you can use it for any eye look. And to me, it's worth every penny. I would say, yes, it's like a glitter, but it's not like traditional chunky glitters. It's very thin and like foiled. It's just stunning. I've got like 4 of them and I highly recommend them. I think everyone should at least try them once. And yeah, I just think they're so worth the price. So the next product is by Milk. So this is the Hydro Grip Primer. So I originally bought a mini because I didn't know if this was going to work for me, because a lot of people were breaking out from it. I bought the mini, I used it up, I really missed it, so I bought it in the actual larger size. And I honestly love this thing. I generally think that this helps my base last longer. Even when I'm wearing dewy foundations, this really helped my makeup last. Even my bronzer and my blush last with this primer. I really like this. I definitely think this is worth the price tag. I can't remember how much it is, but I know that once I'm done with this, I will repurchase it. If you do want to try this out, I would say buy the mini and see if it breaks you out. And if it doesn't break you out, I highly, highly recommend it. So the next product I'm going to mention is a concealer. It is the Essential High Coverage Concealer by Jouer. This is hands down my favorite concealer, #1, period. There's nothing I'm going to repurchase as much as I'm going to repurchase this one. I think the one that I'm on now is my second one. If one of my friends was like, give me a good concealer recommendation, I would say the Jouer one. It is like £17, so it's not super affordable. But for a higher end brand, it's not a high price tag in my opinion. So let's talk about the formula. It's extremely lightweight with full coverage. I really like the coverage that it gives me. It doesn't crease on me, even though concealers do crease if there's lines. But there's some that crease a lot less, and the Jouer one is one of those ones. The one big problem that I have with concealer is that I have very teary eyes, so concealer runs. I have got this problem right now because of the Tarte Shape Tape. I have no concealer in this section right here because my eyes are very watery. But with the Jouer one, I don't find that that's an issue at all. It's a concealer that never looks cakey or heavy on me. It just looks flawless. I definitely think it's worth the £17 that I paid for it. I've gone through one already. I'm on my second one. And once I've used my second one, I will repurchase it again because I honestly love it. I love how it looks on my skin and it never just fails me. So it's my go-to concealer. Another product that I don't have on me because obviously I wasn't very prepared for this video is the Urban Decay Setting Spray. It honestly is hyped and I get it. It's hyped for a reason. I think it's worth its price tag. I've gone through like 2 or 3 of them already. I think more actually. I definitely recommend them. It really does help lock in your makeup. It makes your makeup look more like skin. The Milk Hydro Grip and the Urban Decay Setting Spray are a combo. Literally, your base won't budge for hours. It honestly really does help your foundation and your base last longer and set in your products. It just honestly is a very, very good setting spray and I highly recommend it. So yeah, short and sweet, but I definitely think it's worth the price tag. You've heard me mention the Urban Decay Setting Spray a lot on my channel because it's definitely up there and one of my favorites and one of the products that I know I will just have in my collection. Okay, so the next product is the Becca Under Eye Corrector. If you are looking for an under eye corrector or you need one, I don't think everyone needs one, but that's just me. If you are looking for really good under eye corrector, this is the best one I've tried and I will repurchase it. I generally think this does brighten up your skin. You can see it instantly. You can see the difference in your under eye or wherever you place it. I usually place it under my under eye and around my mouth just because I have like darker areas here. And I can tell a difference when I don't have it on. Other color correctors that I've tried move around once you blend it. Because this one is so tacky and kind of thick, but not thick in a bad way, it really does stick wherever you place it. And another thing that I noticed with this as well, you don't need a lot to get the effect that you want. Another reason why I really like this as well is because I can use it with any concealer and it doesn't affect my concealer underneath at all. It doesn't affect like the concealer or the setting powder I put on top of it. It just works with all the concealers I've tried. And yeah, once I've used this up, I know for a fact I will repurchase it. So the next product I've had for years, absolute years. It's not the same one because that's nasty, but it is a beauty blender. I don't like other beauty sponges as much as I do this. I've tried the Tarte one, I've tried the Sigma one, I've tried the Real Technique one. They're good, but nothing compares to the beauty blender. I'm sorry. To me, it's superior. To me, it's just so good. It's so bouncy. It's a lot more bouncier and smooth and softer than the other ones that I've tried. I know it's £17 and it's for a sponge that you technically should be thrown out I think it's every 3 months. Yeah, I don't do that. I do wash them every time I use them though, so they never get nasty looking. This is one that I used today, so it does look dirty because of that. I highly recommend them. I don't think any other sponge comes near to a beauty blender. I know some people say beauty blenders like actual texture change. I don't find that at all. I don't think they've gone harder or cheaper looking, not cheaper looking, but cheaper feeling or anything like that. I love them. I highly recommend them. So my next product is this one here. This is by Benefit. This is the 24-hour brow setter. I highly, highly recommend this. I've not tried any clear brow gel from the drugstore, and I've tried a couple that makes my brows stick. This is like glue, and it's not like glue like where it's chunky or flaky. I honestly feel a difference when I have this in my eyebrows and when I don't. I don't know what I did with my brows before this, because my brows do have a tendency to move around a lot, so my eyebrows can look a little bit crazy, and with this, that's not the case. I love this thing. I honestly, yes, it is expensive. Do not get me wrong, it is expensive. I did get a mini first to see if I would like this or not, and I really enjoyed the mini, so I was like, yeah, I do want it. And I know once I've used this out, I will repurchase it, because I know how much I like it. I know how much I will miss it in my collection. And it just makes my eyebrows stay in place all day, make them look fluffy and like stick up a little bit more. And it works. Honestly, it works. I've used this on days where I've sweated, where I've been rained on, and it doesn't budge. Like, it's like cement for your eyebrows. This is good. This is very, very good. Like, honestly, hands down, the best brow gel I've ever tried. Whether it's clear or pigmented, that's the best one I've tried. So yeah, guys, those are all the products that I highly, 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 highly recommend from higher-end brands. These are products that I definitely think they're worth the price tag. And they're products that I know I'm going to have in my collection for a long time. They're products I'm going to repurchase once I've used them up. And they're just really good products. So yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, I'd love for you to like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe, join the fam. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.